Most of what you've heard about a family trust is wrong, at least for you, because most of it is American. US media is full of it, and now so is every feed on social. And the picture they paint, privacy, protection, hiding your money, that is not how a trust works in Canada. Same word, just different country, different rules. Let me show you what a trust actually is up here and what it actually does. Just some quick context. In case this is the first time we're meeting, I'm Henry Wong, a CPA CA with 20 years in practice. I've personally trained over 10,000 CPAs across Canada, and I've spent years inside Rogers, one of Canada's most iconic family-controlled companies. Now, between that and 2 decades of advising, I saw how family enterprises really run, and how rarely anyone talks about the structure underneath them. That's why I wrote the book, The 7 Structures of Wealth, and that's the lens I'm going to be bringing to our conversation today. I worked with a family once who ran a chain of coffee franchises, built from top to bottom. On paper, their setup looked clean. A trust, a holdco, an operating company, all the right boxes. But the chart wasn't the story. Hold that thought, because that's the whole point of this. In the American telling, a trust is about privacy and protection. You hide it, you shield it, you keep it out of reach. Well, in Canada, it's different, and it matters. Up here, a trust is not a hiding place. It files. The CRA knows it exists. It knows who the trustees are, who the beneficiaries are, and what it holds. The newer rules actually made that more true, not less. Now, that's not a bad thing, and it doesn't mean you have no privacy. You still have privacy from the public. It can stay off the public record, out of probate, out of the neighbor's view. It's private from people, just not hidden from the government. And anyone who tells you a Canadian trust makes your money disappear from the CRA is selling you an American fantasy that doesn't exist here. So if it's not a hiding place, then what is it? It's a tool, a strategic one. And when it's used right, it does one big thing. It makes your structure actually work together. It doesn't make tax disappear. Nobody can actually do that, but it gives you control over when taxes get paid, over who in the family pays for it and at what rate, over how capital moves between your operating company, your other companies, your holding company, and your family cleanly, instead of every piece sitting in its own corner getting taxed badly. A serious family business usually has some version of this. The job isn't about hiding, it's actually about directing. So the chart isn't actually the structure, and here's what most people miss. It's where that coffee family comes back. 2 families can show me their setup, and the chart looks almost the same operating company, same holding company, same trust at the top. But the chart isn't the actual structure. The real difference is never in the diagram, it's actually in how it's held. So there's the share classes, the beneficiaries, who's the trustee. That's where 2 families that look identical on paper are running 2 completely different things. You don't copy one family's diagram onto another and then just call it done. The real work is underneath it all. So this has a name, and that book, The 7 Structures of Wealth, this is in structure number 6, called wealth integration. Whether your pieces actually work together or they just sit near each other. Most families have the pieces, almost nobody has the integration. And that's usually where the real money is quietly won or lost. So the takeaway for you is a trust isn't a vault. It's a tool for directing your wealth out in the open, built specifically around your family. That's the thing to understand before you ever ask what it can do for you. So if that cleared something up for you, subscribe. Next in this series is the question that catches even good families off guard. When the tax bill on the trust comes due, well, where does the cash actually come from? I'm Henry Wong, the wealth structurist. And remember, no one cares about your wealth more than you do.